Your roadmap to the latest in auto. Welcome to Highway Herald. Today, we dive into a fizzy but fierce economic shakeup. On June 4th, 2025, President Trump doubled tariffs on imported steel and aluminum to 50%, aiming to revive U.S. metal industries. But the impact has rippled fast, hitting companies like Coca-Cola hard. With aluminum costs spiking, the beverage giant is rethinking packaging and bracing for price hikes. As this trade battle unfolds, industries across the board face disruption. In this video, we unpack the key developments, consequences, and strategic responses ahead. Number 5. Tariff shock turns up the heat. Coca-Cola's can crisis. On June 4th, 2025, President Trump doubled tariffs on imported steel and aluminum to 50%, aiming to boost domestic metal production. But the fallout is rattling key industries, especially Coca-Cola, which relies heavily on imported aluminum for its cans. CEO James Quincy warned that the company faces rising production costs and may either raise prices or cut margins. The entire beverage industry is bracing for impact, with the Can Manufacturers Institute predicting over $1 billion in added packaging costs. Coca-Cola is considering shifting to PET plastic bottles, but that comes with environmental backlash and logistical hurdles. Some insiders even suggest production could move overseas if tariffs persist. And this goes far beyond soda. Aluminum is essential in automotive manufacturing, used in everything from body panels to EV components. If beverage makers are feeling the strain now, automakers could be next. This tariff move isn't just a trade policy shift. It's a ripple shaking the entire manufacturing landscape. But Coca-Cola's can crisis is just the beginning. The root of the problem lies in the aluminum supply chain itself. Number 4. Cracking the can, inside the aluminum supply chain. Coca-Cola's aluminum woes are part of a larger supply chain crisis. As of 2023, the U.S. imported roughly 44% of its aluminum, primarily from Canada, because domestic production falls far short of demand. With the sudden imposition of a 50% tariff on imports, that delicate supply chain has been disrupted. Companies like Coca-Cola are scrambling for alternatives, but aluminum isn't easily replaced, especially when it's needed in massive quantities daily. It's not just the price of raw aluminum that's rising. Shortages of finished cans are also emerging, causing slowdowns across factories and distribution centers. The Can Manufacturers Institute warns of rising costs throughout the canned goods sector, while the Aluminum Association says even reactivating all idle U.S. smelters wouldn't meet demand. This isn't only a beverage issue. Industries from automotive to electronics depend on aluminum. If companies like Coca-Cola are already strained, the ripple effects could soon hit assembly lines across the country. Before we delve deeper, don't forget to subscribe to Highway Herald. Your support keeps us rolling with the latest vehicle updates, trade insights, and supply chain stories that matter. Now let's examine what Coca-Cola is doing to stay afloat. Number 3. Tactical moves. How Coca-Cola is steering through the storm. As aluminum prices surge, Coca-Cola is urgently adjusting its strategy to manage rising costs. One key move: shifting from aluminum cans to PET plastic bottles. While more affordable, PET brings environmental concerns and risks, damaging the brand's sustainability image. Retooling manufacturing systems for plastic adds further logistical and financial complexity. Coca-Cola is also considering price hikes, though this approach risks alienating cost-sensitive consumers in an already inflationary economy. Even small increases in beverage prices have historically led to reduced demand, making the timing especially precarious. On the political front, the company is appealing to U.S. trade officials for relief from the 50% aluminum tariff, arguing it harms domestic manufacturers rather than helping them. However, the Trump administration maintains the tariffs are vital for national security and industrial growth. Coca-Cola's real-time responses could serve as either a model or a warning for other companies navigating an increasingly volatile landscape where global supply chains and politics collide. But Coca-Cola isn't the only company feeling the heat. Others across the food and beverage world are facing similar hurdles. Number 2. Broader impact. Why this isn't just Coca-Cola's problem. Coca-Cola might be the poster child for tariff pain, but it's far from alone. Across the beverage industry and beyond, companies are grappling with the domino effect of the aluminum price spike. Take craft breweries, for instance. Many operate on razor-thin margins and rely heavily on aluminum cans. With prices up, some are already warning of beer hikes. And unlike Coca-Cola, these smaller operations can't absorb losses or pivot their packaging with ease. For them, this could be a make-or-break moment. Even canned food giants like Campbell's are feeling the pressure. The Can Manufacturers Institute has forecast widespread cost increases across canned goods, further driving inflation. Consumers may soon see those impacts not just on soda shelves, but in every aisle of the grocery store. And the Aluminum Association has made one thing crystal clear. Even if every dormant U.S. smelter was restarted tomorrow, we still couldn't meet domestic demand. That means we're stuck between rising costs and limited supply, and companies are left to chart their own survival routes. The growing backlash is setting the stage for a political reckoning over the future of U.S. trade policy. Number 1. Political crossroads. Trade policy in the hot seat. Trump's 50% tariff move wasn't just economic, it was political, and the global response has been swift. Trading partners like Canada and Mexico are pushing back, raising concerns about strained relations and supply instability. The EU has even warned of retaliatory steps if talks don't progress. Domestically, economists and industry leaders are voicing alarm. A Federal Reserve study points to job losses and higher manufacturing costs from previous steel tariffs. And this latest round could hit even harder. If the intended goal was to help American industry, critics argue, the real-world effects seem to be doing the opposite. Coca-Cola now finds itself navigating a sea of economic uncertainty, caught between policy decisions and market realities. And with every can it fills, the company is making strategic calls that will echo far beyond the beverage aisle. So, what does this all mean for you, the consumer, the driver, the enthusiast? The road ahead, aluminum, autos, and the ripple effect. So what does this mean for you? Whether you're cracking open a cold soda or shopping for a lightweight performance vehicle, the effects of these tariffs will be felt in more ways than one. Coca-Cola's response highlights how quickly supply chain shocks can rewrite business plans, and it serves as a warning for other industries that rely on global inputs like automotive manufacturing. Aluminum tariffs are already pressuring more brands to consider shifting production overseas. Many consumers may resist higher prices while others could adjust reluctantly. Meanwhile, automakers might be forced to explore alternative materials altogether to keep vehicles affordable and efficient. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think the aluminum tariffs are helping or hurting American manufacturing? Should companies like Coca-Cola pivot to plastic if it means staying competitive? How do you think this ripple effect could impact the future of vehicle design and affordability? Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We're eager to hear your take. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to subscribe to Highway Herald to stay in the loop on the latest vehicle updates, policy shifts, and behind-the-scenes industry stories. Thanks for watching and see you next time. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's more exciting and informative content waiting for you.